Scene 1, Bravo, take 3, marker.
And action.
Today, day one of our film camp. We're on the campus of TCU. It's a 2-week film camp, and the ultimate goal of the film camp is that our students write, produce, act, edit, and create their very own short film. So this is the beginning. This is day one. As you can see, we're on the sound stage on campus, and day one is just an introduction to filmmaking. So we're getting to meet the kids that are in our film camp. We're getting to get them in front of the camera, behind the camera. We're doing what we call a test scene, where they shoot a little scripted 2-page scene.
Scene 1, take 1, marker.
And then we start talking about filmmaking. And the whole idea of day one is to get them thinking in cinematic movie terms.
When we go out there, it'll be scene 1, take 1. It will shoot, it will stop. We'll do scene 1, take 2, shoot, stop. And then again, when you move the camera, then it becomes another setup. You might not grasp it right now, but when you get out there and you see us doing it, it just becomes kind of second nature, and it makes a lot more sense. What we're gonna do right now is what's called a master shot. It's a shot with both actors in frame that we will do a few times, and then we'll go into coverage where we're gonna get close-ups of an individual actor, and then we're going to go onto this side and do a close-up of this individual actor.
Script supervisor. I watch the scene and basically taking notes on the type of scene it is, what take it is, any issues that happened in the take, like if there was a boom in the shot or any difficulties or any notes to take down.
It's really important for us to make sure that every kid has an opportunity to experience every job on a film set, because we want them to walk away with an idea of, number one, what everyone does, and then start narrowing down what they like to do.
Scene 1, take 1.
What position have you not done yet?
It's always interesting to see kids come in with this idea like, I want to be the actor and I want to do this, but they walk away going, I kind of really liked being behind the camera. I liked, working with the camera. So we make sure that all the kids get to experience, every single position in on our crew.
It was really cool to learn all about how many different jobs they were and how specific they can be.
We were practicing doing each job, and when I got to do the directing job for one test shot, that was when I was like, ooh, directing is actually really cool. I would love to try this out. And then ever since then, the rest of the couple weeks I've been like, I want to direct something.
That gives them a better appreciation, especially for something as hard as acting, right? The actors are vulnerable, they're in front of the camera, they're having to do that. But we want to make sure that every kid in film camp steps in those shoes and understands that it's going to make them better directors, better editors, better cinematographers, because they get that knowledge of what everyone's going through.
When you're filming it, or even when you're setting it up, you want to look here after you look here, because this is what's getting recorded.
These kids come in here maybe the first day or two of film camp, and a lot of them have no idea how to put a film together, which is understandable. They've never done it before, but we try to teach them how to do enough to where they get comfortable to make their own movie, which they do. This is their film camp, this is their movie. Chad and I are here to help them and to guide them along the way and to show them how to do different things, but they do everything in 2 weeks.
Scene 1B, take 8, mark.
Some are here because they just think, that might be a cool, fun film camp, and then others are here because they have a plan. They really want to learn some skills and better their filmmaking.
For years, ever since I was a kid, I've always loved editing and film and movies. So obviously, it's one of my passions and I want to do that in the future. I wanted to come to this film camp because I wanted to get to know other people who actually are interested in things I'm interested in, and also get more hands-on experience and learn more about the actual process of filming.
And I think they're willing to take on traditional roles that others wouldn't. So our kids seem to really gravitate towards the screenwriting. Of course, they all like the directing and being behind the camera. We do have some kids that are specifically here because they're interested or attracted to the acting aspect of it.
Welcome to the acting class. Why am I teaching this? I've been a professional actor for about 14 years. Before that, I did all kinds of acting things while I was raising my children.
Each year at Lone Star Film Camp, we bring in an acting coach, an acting teacher who works very closely with these kids to show them what it's like to be in front of a camera or just acting in general. And they actually get to act.
As you can imagine, it's difficult to teach everything about acting in 4 hours. So my hope is that they will walk away with a sense of how fun the job can be, but how much work goes into being a great actor.
And what's really great about that is we will see kids who had zero interest in acting when they came to film camp day one. But by the time they go through that experience, some of them have said, hey, that was more fun than I thought it would be. Or it sparked an interest or maybe a talent that they didn't know they had, and they're like, you know what, I could do that.
You're gonna read your script. How many times? Multiple times. Before I even look where my lines are.
Well, I want them to realize that it has to do with your real person self, your attitude, and your preparation. So I have what's called the Beatitudes. So there's a list of all the things that they should be.
A good human. Does anybody have an opinion of why that might be a good idea?
Because if you're not a good person, you're not kind to everyone else, they're not going to want to invite you back to sets.
That's a very good reason.
We learned a lot of skills that are very helpful for when you're on a set and you're with other people, but they are also things that are just courtesy kind of things and professional things that apply to any job you're going to do or anything when you're with other people.
And it's going to help you prepare, it's going to help you have the ethics you need, it's going to help you have the work ethic that you need, all those things. And like you say, you're going to bring that into all of your life. So why not be that organically to begin with, and then you will bring it into whatever profession you choose, whether behind the camera or in front of the camera.
If my character is not in the next scene, I'm going to find the next scene that I am in after I've read the whole script the entire time, millions of times.
Then we go through the list of what it takes to prepare a script or a scene or get prepared for an audition.
I really enjoyed Kimberly's visit. We had to, display some sort of emotion and everyone else had to guess what it was, but you couldn't use words. That was fun.
Surprised.
Shocked.
Oh, that was good!
And then we do a scene, which is really fun.
Would you like a cup of coffee?
Got it. Sorry.
They all walk away thinking, now I feel more comfortable directing actors, working with actors if I'm behind the camera. So it's good for everybody.
What I took away from Kimberly would be some techniques that I could use to break down the script, and I did end up using those, and those were very useful, and I really was grateful for everything that she was able to provide.
We are peppering the camp with videos about filmmaking, showing them the technique and the technical side of making a movie. We're helping them with screenwriting, but essentially they do need to write a script that we then as producers greenlight and say, okay, we're going to shoot this, and then we designate 2, 3 to 4 days, however we need, for the length of the script. They cast their actors, they crew up, and then they shoot their movie, and we go into the post-production process where they have to edit their film and fix any sound issues and have a completed project by day 10.
Welcome back. It's week number 2 of session 2, and now it's the fun part, right? We get to shoot our movie, and so we've scheduled out 3 days, if you'll notice on the board there. It's gonna be an exciting, fun 3 days, and if we do get behind, don't stress, don't worry about it. We'll just work through it, and you've got the producers here to help you through any issues you may have.
Don't worry, I got all of it.
you're shooting this way, you can put someone in that booth behind if you guys are seated this way. So there's a lot of things to play with.
For like the establishing shot, I kind of wanted it to be like kind of up high where we can kind of like look down on them and kind of see a little bit of the room behind them.
The first day of production, I was very nervous. There are a lot of things to think about as a director, and it's a little bit overwhelming. I mean, you've got a whole team that is helping you, obviously, but it can still feel kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm the director, I need to make sure that everything is right, and I need to make sure. But I've got people, and they were really helpful. You know, it wasn't like it was all on my shoulders. At first, it felt like that. I was like, oh my gosh, what if I have to what do I have to do? But then it kind of relaxed because I was like, I don't have to do all that.
Scene 1, take 1, marker.
I will be a production designer and first AC. First AC, so basically I'm just gonna be making sure all the shots are good, and I wanna make sure that I kind of help with the continuity of it, make sure nothing's changed, which also kind of goes with production design, where I'll be helping with props and wardrobe and everything, kind of to make it look the way we want it to look.
The position I got is sound mixer. I listen to the audio while the boom guy is holding it, and I start and stop the recorder.
Just make sure you don't get too far behind the microphone, because when you when you lean in, it kind of starts to cut through your face.
Okay. Apparently, I am the only person who's done this film camp who has been both the writer and director, which is super awesome. I didn't know that. We watch a lot of movies in my family. It just makes me feel so happy when I see on the screen written and directed by, because I feel like when you write something, you have this idea of what it looks like and what you want these characters to be portrayed like, and you know, because it's your story.
We're recording, and you'll know we are because in the bottom left of the screen, you'll see the numbers start to move.
Every role, these kids step it up. They step up and they do whatever they need to do to get it done. And that's everything from the person directing the film to the kid who's doing the slate, to the kid who's running the camera, to the kid who's holding a boom microphone, to the kids who don't do anything behind the camera, they're just in front of the camera. You would think these were young professionals. They are young professionals because they're producing this thing with a serious attitude, and they're digging it.
Action.
Miss Watson said to pick a talent show director first.
I could totally do it. Dawn, do you want to do it?
Oh, yeah, sure. My script is about a girl who is planning her school talent show with her friends. And throughout the film, she just has to learn a hard lesson that people can be really mean and people can betray you. And you can't trust everyone. But the message of the film, you know, at the end, she realizes, you know, these people who she thought were her friends betray her. And that hurts. But it's kind of hopeful because she realizes, you know, not everyone is like that. When you find your people that you know and that you can trust, that can support you, you hold on to them because not everyone is bad.
Quiet on set, roll sound.
Stop speed.
Roll camera.
Good roll. Scene 5, beta, take 1, marker.
On Monday, we weren't able to come, me and the director of photography, Yvonne. But day 2, we were really excited, really looking forward to actually filming and being able to direct and use the camera. Natalie kind of told us to come up with a shot list. So before the week started, me and Yvonne came up with some shots we wanted to implement, and we ran it over with Natalie, and it was fun to actually do those shots later in the week.
I like them a lot. They have really good ideas. They helped me come up with my last establishing shot that I couldn't think of, which was they had a slider shot idea that I love and it looked really good. And they had a rack focus they wanted to do that was awesome. So working with them was great, and so on day 3, just the 3 of us were able to like get down what we needed to get down.
Having a group of young people around my age coming together and making a project together like this, it's really nice. I haven't had a lot of opportunities with kids my age being homeschooled. It's been really cool getting to know them and getting to work with them, and I really enjoy it.
At school, we have a program that is also student-run, and it's more in the film aspect. So I've kind of been used to working with other kids my age, but it was really fun working with Natalie and Yvonne and all that. But this was actually my first time being able to make a short film, and it was definitely a lot different than I thought it would be, in good ways and bad ways. The biggest thing I realized from making this short film was how much time it takes and how much time you actually need. We only had a week to film and like a week to write, so It was a really big time crunch, but we still were able to make it work. We still got all the shots, all the angles, all that, and it was a really fun experience and definitely learned a lot for the future.
Film camp is not about just making films. That's what they do while they're here, but they are also learning how to be a professional, how to work within a certain budget, how to stay on schedule, basically how to be professional, how to stay focused. These are life skills that will prepare every one of these students for whatever they decide to go into. Maybe it's filmmaking, maybe it's something completely different, but they still had fun and they still learned how to do things that will serve them well when they go to college or go straight into the workforce.
Working with this team has been really great. We have a variety of people from different ages and different experience levels, and I love working with them. I have made a lot of friends here that I'm just so excited about. We're just having such a good time, you know, even while filming. I have every day just been making sure to remind them, like, you're doing a great job. You know, you are being helpful and you are making this film with us and you are a part of this and you're doing great.
We work as a nonprofit. Our main goal and objective is to encourage everything related to film in Fort Worth. And our major fundraiser is the Lone Star Film Festival Gala. This is our major fundraising event for not only the film camps, but our extended education programs, everything that our nonprofit organization does. Tonight we honor some incredible artists from all walks of life. So we've got actor Luke Wilson, we have a musician, Charlie Crockett's gonna be here. So it's kind of a combination of a lot of great, incredible, creative people, and it makes the night really exciting because we're bringing Hollywood to Fort Worth.
For a lot of these teenagers, it's the powerful and moving experience. And the reason why we actually are here is why we do the gala is to support those kind of education programs.
Why events like this are important is because they fund the programs like the Kids Camp during the summer to help educate the next generation of filmmakers. Because ultimately, like for Texas film and TV to grow here, we need to make sure that we grow the crew base here, and that starts at a really young age.
The biggest thing about our camp that's really unique to our camp is that our filmmakers are making a movie, but the real payoff is that they get to screen their movie on the big screen at the Lone Star Film Festival.
It is going to be really fun to see myself up there, even though I might cringe to the ends of the earth, and be able to see the finished product on a big screen of what we've all been working on here.
Ready for this?
No, I don't think I can do this.
Of course you can. We're about to go live.
But what if they hear this?
Dawn, you told me you want to tell your side of the story. Just tell the truth.
Just tell the truth.
Welcome back to your favorite private school radio station for the rich and spoiled. As always, I'm your host, Sam. On today's episode of Tea Time, I have Dawn with me. Now, Dawn, there's been a lot of buzz about this year's talent show. A lot of people are upset, and a lot of people blame you. But you're not on the committee anymore, are you?
No, not anymore. Here's what happened.
I can't believe we get to plan a talent show together.
Oh, I know, right? Dream team. So exciting.
Miss Watson said to pick a talent show director first.
I could totally do it.
I should...
Dawn, do you want to do it? Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, you can do it.
Works for me. You'd be a good director.
All in favor of Dawn being director.
Unanimous.
Okay, thanks guys. Did Miss Watson say what to do next?
We should pick a theme. I love themes.
Does it usually have a theme?
I don't think so.
Our theme should be flowers.
I don't think that's a theme.
Whatever it is, we should ban juggling. It's such a scholarship kid act.
Flowers.
Beth, what does that mean?
It means we can dress in flowers, we can decorate with them, we can dress as them.
I think we've done enough for today. You know, we picked a director. I want smoothies. Anyone want to join?
Yeah.
Sure.
Flowers isn't a theme, Beth.
Yes, it is.
It's not, really.
Maybe we should talk about act introductions today.
What do you mean?
Like, are we announcing the acts ourselves or just listing them in the program?
What about skits?
Like funny ones?
I think comedy is too risky.
Maybe the acts can introduce themselves. You know, after we announce the opening.
That's dumb.
It could be cool.
I don't like that. They should introduce themselves one-on-one, like traditionally.
It's too boring.
It wouldn't be boring if they were wearing flowers.
Oh my gosh.
We need something more iconic. Something big, flashy, impressive.
No, that's not edgy enough.
So, Charlie wants edgy, and Tracy, you want flashy, right? And Beth, you want elegant? Okay, so maybe something like Cirque du Soleil?
Seriously? You want to do circus?
Well, not exactly.
But that's what it is. It's circus.
Well, not like big top stuff. I think Cirque du Soleil matches what you guys want.
Except it doesn't match.
Are you sure? It can be flashy like you want, and elegant, and...
Dawn, you're the director, not the queen. Stop pushing Cirque du Soleil on us. Jeez.
I was just trying to help. Maybe we should start designing the program covers.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay.
But how are we supposed to choose a cover if we don't have a theme?
You know, it is a talent show. Maybe it doesn't need a theme.
But I want a theme.
Me too, so it's more interesting.
For now, I think we should take a break from theme.
Why?
Because we haven't been able to find one that works for all of us.
You mean one that works for you?
What? No.
You done for today?
Yes.
You don't think I'm trying to find a theme for myself, right?
Well, I mean, honestly, you're trying to push your own ideas and you won't really let us decide, and it's really not your job, and you don't want to do what anyone else says.
I just wanted us to be productive.
If you let us choose a theme, we would be.
Hello, everyone. Today, let's talk audition process.
Finally. Are we running the auditions?
I should be in charge. Clearly, I'd be the best judge at what's, well, good.
Can't we all sit in?
Yes, but we need a system to score the auditions, to decide who gets in.
Well, we shouldn't let anyone in unless they're singing.
Or dancing.
What about everybody else?
Who cares?
You can't do that.
Well, except that we can. We aren't scholarship kids. We can do whatever we want. Speaking of which, all in favor of making Dawn not director.
Wow, so a tie?
You can still help out, Dawn. You're just not going to be in charge.
I don't have to do this. I don't have to take this. I don't have to stay here.
I don't have to do this. I don't have to do any of this. You guys can plan this talent show. I'm out.
What do you mean?
I quit.
Okay.
That just happened.
I mean, I don't say anything.
I think she's gonna do it.
I've lost a lot throughout this experience. I guess all I've gained is perspective. Now I see the way people work, and it's not always pretty.
Dawn, thank you for sharing your story. For everybody listening, on the night of the talent show, me and Dawn will be on the coffee shop down the street. I think you all know the one. I implore everyone to come join us.
We will?
Thanks for listening. You know, it's hard for a lot of people to find their voice. I found mine here, and you're finding yours. Use it. And, me and my friends are going to grab a bite to eat if you want to come join us.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
This camp is excellent. It is amazing. I have really enjoyed my time here.
The thing I love most about working for the Lone Star Film Festival and Film Society is that I'm working in the education component with the film camps and the stuff we do with teenagers, inspiring them to be filmmakers. I work with filmmakers who are maybe coming up the ranks and they get their film screened at the film festival. I get to champion their work. I get to celebrate Fort Worth and the film productions that are happening here. That's my favorite part about working for this organization.
We hope that every student in these film camps who wants to become a filmmaker someday gets to do that. And we hope that in some way Lone Star Film Camp prepared them for that.
I want to lead my artistic life. I don't want to leave that behind, ever. I want to stay in that creative world.